All right. Well, I mean, I'll just go through pretty much what the group uh, does on the daily, pretty much, just to start. So, first of all, when you join, I mean, like, if you made it this far, you probably already know what happens when you join. You have to put your full name in onboarding, and then Arya will add you to the appropriate channels as so. From there, what's going to happen is you're going to want to read the rules. After you read the rules, read the terminology, which you guys already know from the intro video, etc. If you have anything you want to talk about, you can post it in public chat here. Any questions you have, you can always put in questions right here as well. Um, so every day, what you're going to want to do is right around about 8:15, the Wolf will start posting his watch list. So he posts a watch list here, so you can see what he's looking at for the day. Um, he'll kind of give like some type of alerts in live trading, which starts at 9:30. Um, so what happens is he'll have a link here at 9:15 to join his Zoom, which is the same thing we're doing right now. And then basically what's going to happen is you're going to be able to join his live stream. He'll be showing his screen, which shows you his scanners and basically like what he's looking at while he's trading. He doesn't, he doesn't tell you buy now or sell now like I do. So it's a little bit different, but you can definitely make some good money and like catch some good insight on how to trade and what you're looking for when you're trading. I go over all that usually at the end of the day because I like to kind of focus on my trading and don't want to like answer too many questions during the day. So I like to make everybody money first and then go over basically how I did it later. Um, if I have time during the day, like I'll post little charts like I did today under stock charts here. And this kind of maybe looks like gibberish to you guys, but as we go along and as you watch the videos in my videos here under training, you'll kind of understand what's going on. And if you read a few of the books here, I recommend definitely candlestick charting, day trading, and technical analysis for dummies. They're all actually really good books. The For Dummies books for trading are actually pretty decent. Combine those with my videos, and I mean, in a couple months, 2, 3 months, you could be a pretty good trader, maybe an intermediate level trader. But anyway, so that's what happens with the Wolf. Now we'll go over what I do. Also, by the way, stock chat, this is where you just talk about stocks. So try to keep it out of public chat, which is just like random stuff, or just talking about anything else. So anything about stocks you could type here. Now in the signals, you're not going to be able to type anything, and that's because we want it to be clean. So we want it all to be pretty clean in here. That way everybody can just click on it here and see exactly what I'm saying. So let's review some of the stuff that I did today. So first of all, this is what I started for you guys. I started a new account. I put in $500 in this account. If you have more money, that's perfectly fine. Let's say you have $1,000. Just anything I do, do two of them. So it's the same exact thing. So we started with 500. Today we're up 24% of the account. We made $122 in the first day. I didn't close everything, so technically we're not up exactly. I think we locked in roughly, let's see, 55, 20. We locked in 75, and then I closed one of these at 70. So we locked in plus 27. So right now we just locked in about nine, right around a little under $100. So we still have LK open and Baba open as well as one Roku call. So um, I'm going to go over basically how to enter all of these with you guys just to make it super easy using Robinhood, and I'm going to show you Tastyworks, which is really probably the hardest part, but it's honestly the best broker when you get it down. Everything gets so easy once you use it for a few days. But it's a lot cleaner. You don't have to worry about not getting filled. Robinhood's great and all because it's free. Tastyworks, they do charge you $1 per contract that you do. So for instance, that's why I have this fees right here. So for every one contract that we do, it charges you $1. So I mean, it's like a dollar. It's I think it's like $1.30 actually. So that's why it's 8. So It's worth it though because you get much better fills. So on Robinhood, sometimes they only let you buy things in multiples of $5. So like if we got something that was only, let's say it was like $22, right? And we got four of them. So if we got 22 and we got four of them, that's $88, right? But if we were on Robinhood and it made us pay 25, which is sometimes it does that in multiples of five, right away we're paying $12 more, right? Because it was 88 on Tastyworks. So right off the bat, I mean, it pays for itself. So there's just little things like that. They add up. We do multiple trades a day. So when you add up all those fees, it just doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to show you the platform and everything in a second. But anyway, so that's what we did today. A swing trade is basically when we're holding it longer than the same day. Sometimes I do exit the same day, just if it hits my target or if it looks like it's going south and I don't like the entry. Usually, if it's a swing, there's usually no way that it'll go all the way south in the same day, and it probably won't hit my target in the same day. But if we get like a huge push up and we make a lot of money on it, I'll probably sell it and I'll purchase a different option that's a little bit cheaper. So for instance, let's say if Baba today went up to 200, so $2, right? So we made $55. I'd probably sell that and then I'd find another option. I'd push out the strike price and increase it probably to 180, and then we'd find one to enter that's around like 140 again. So that means we locked in those profits, but then we used some of the original equity that we used to buy the option to open another one. So that's just different ways and different methods that you can use to lock in profits and then go into the next trade. But usually when I do a swing, I usually hold it for like a week, 2 weeks, sometimes even a month or two. Scalps or scalping, so that's just like quick trades in and out. I almost always close those the same day. I'd say 90% of them I close the same day. You might see a week trade, which means I'll hold it maybe 1 to 3 days, and that's about it. So I'll send you guys a link to this spreadsheet also. It's on Excel, so you guys can kind of just keep track. You can also copy it. So if you click here on the, well, I have to pull it up here. Let me see. Let's see, pull it up here for this. I think I got to read it. I'm not sure which login I have it under, but I'm gonna put it in the chat. I'm not gonna waste time looking for it right now. But anyway, so let's go over how we enter these signals. So basically, a lot of you guys did pretty good today. I think some people got it. A couple of people bought shares. They didn't know what they were doing exactly. In my intro video, I kind of go over it all, but I'm going to go over it with you guys. So first, let me do Robinhood because it's the easiest. So first of all, buy to open means we're buying a contract. We're buying an option to open a trade. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. When I say sell to close, that means we are selling that option to close the trade. So first thing you'll see is that. So you want to see if it's a buy or a sell, because obviously you don't want to open a trade if we're selling it and you missed it, or maybe you just didn't enter it, or you missed out on it. I don't know what the case may be. But anyway, so pretty self-explanatory. You probably don't buy anything that says sell. But anyway, so that's going to be the first thing you look at. Then there's going to be the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever the case may be. That's how many contracts. So this one was 105 because everything's multiplied by 100. But if we entered something like I was going over before with you guys, like if it's like 22 cents or something like that, so $22, maybe we'll enter 3 of them. And I like to do those too. And once we get the account to like $1,500, $2,000, it's going to be a lot easier for us to make consistent profits, because if we have 3 contracts, so for instance, if we have 3 different ones, we can close one at a time. So that way we're scaling out of the trade. So what we're able to do is lock in profits as it's going up, but we can let it ride if it looks good. So that's what I like to do. The other thing too is if it looks like it's not going our way at first, we'll reduce our risk. So instead of having 3 contracts, maybe we'll reduce it to 2. That way we're only risking, if we're doing 22 bucks each, we'll drop it down from 66 bucks to 44. Something like that. So that's another strategy and stuff you'll see me do. So if you see me like sell something and it's like it's down money, just I mean, this isn't financial advice. You know, everything that we post in here is just what I'm doing. It's up to you if you guys want to enter or not. We're not financial advisors here, but personally, I would close it if I was you. So I'll phrase it like that. But basically, what you're going to want to do is take the loss. I mean, I lose. I lose all the time. I lose usually once every couple days. Some days I'll lose the whole day. But I try to minimize my losses. And I mean, I have about an 84% win rate on most of my trades, and almost all my wins outweigh my losses. So, and you'll see that as we keep filling out that sheet. Nothing in here will be edited. If anything's ever edited, so you can see here, if I ever edit something, so right now there's nothing here, right? So we'll just edit this. We'll just say edit or whatever, we'll put whatever there. So you'll see it was edited. So everything's time-stamped here. Everything I do is always in real time. And there's pretty much no way to go back on it. So anyway, the first thing you'll see is buy to open, 1, have any contracts. The next thing you'll see is the ticker. So that's gonna be what you type in to open the trade. So for instance, this is CGC. So let's just go like this. All right, cool. All right, so Robinhood, CGC. So what you're gonna do on Robinhood, you could type in CGC, so just CGC. You're gonna see it here. You already have options hopefully unlocked. I showed you guys how to do that in the first video. You're gonna hit trade options. You're gonna see that I did a CGC, buy to open, so we're gonna know we're gonna buy something. We're gonna see then next if it's a call or a put. So I guess it's a little bit out of order here, but this is just how I do it. So if it's a call, you're gonna hit buy. It's already designated on buy. You hit call. That means we think that the stock is going up. So as we see the stock going up, we will be making money on our option. If we buy a put, that means whenever the stock goes down, we're actually making money. And I explained that in my videos. I'm gonna do an option training webinar probably this weekend or early next week. I'm a little busy tonight and I have a flight to catch tomorrow, so don't have much time. But anyway, so that's gonna be what a call and a put is. So make sure you get those right. But the next thing is you're gonna wanna see here the expiration date. So 7/12. So you can click here for the expiration date. That's how long we have the option until, if we wanted to. Usually I rarely hold them till the end of the day on the expiration. I usually sell them way before, or the day of, maybe in the morning. So you'll see here like July 12th. So July 12th is what I opened, CGC. 38.50 is the strike price, so 38.50. So CGC was actually, it's at 40.89 today. Before though, it opened, I think it was at like 38 or something. Yeah, we entered right around here. Yeah. So, excuse me. So what happened was today, it actually dropped about 4.5%. Yeah, that was the low of the day. And the reason that it did that is because the CEO actually resigned. And that's usually a scary sign. A lot of people get scared by something like that. So they'll usually sell off a lot of their shares. But I think there was already news that that was happening. So it's kind of already priced in a little bit. So there was just people who had weak hands or got shaken out. So usually when something like that happens, it's a good time to buy. So what I did was I saw it consolidating, and I can pull you guys up a chart here just to show you what I do. It's probably going to look crazy, but I'll just show you guys real quick what it looks like when I'm looking at a stock. This is what I'm doing the whole time. This probably looks crazy to you guys, but here's one chart. Okay. So let me remove all this stuff here, make it a little easy. This is a chart. It's the same thing that you guys do in school. It's basically like a line graph, but instead of a line, it's candlesticks. So these are the prices and price action. Every one of these candles right now is 5 minutes. So this is from, and you can see on the bottom, from 9:30 when the market opens all the way until 15:55, which is, well, today it was until what, 1? So the market closed, I think, here, yeah. So it actually closed right here. So technically this is after hours. After hours are highlighted in yellow because today was a holiday, like day before a holiday, they closed at 1. So I don't think the website updates that. But anyway, so this is what happened. So this is where it closed yesterday. And if you see all the way on the right, it closed around 40 bucks, $40 or so. And then after hours, like you can see here in the morning at 8 a.m., at 6 a.m. up until 8 a.m. it kind of dumped, and then it pumped back up, and then it dropped. So it opened up around 38.50. So I already knew that it was kind of holding a nice level here. We saw that this was the low during pre-market, and then after the market opened, we can see that it's holding right around this range here, right? 38.50 range. You can see on the side here, 38.50 or so. So I think I entered this trade. When did I enter? I opened it at 9:35. Yeah. So I actually opened it 9:34. So I opened it right here. I think, to be honest, this candle didn't close yet because it closes at 9:35, and the price was somewhere up here, and then it kind of dropped back down here. But I like the price action and it holding it. I wanted to get a good entry because I had a good feeling that it was going to be rising up after people just kind of consolidated the price in the morning right around these levels. We got a really good market pump today. I mean, the market hit all-time highs. This is a weed stock, by the way. So weed stocks don't tend to follow the market in general. So it doesn't matter if the market's up or down, the weed stocks will do their own thing. So it doesn't really have any effect on it, but I mean, the market did hit all-time highs today, so maybe a little bit of a rise you could see out of this, but nothing too much. You won't see any correlation for the most part. But anyway, so we held the trade here. My stop, so when I would have sold the trade, is if we broke below the opening range of this first candle. So this is the range of it. This is the high of the first 5 minutes, which is 38.90. And the low is 38.07. And if you look on the top right here, whenever I'm highlighting a candle, it'll show you the high, the low, the open, the close. So this is TradingView, it's called. I'm going to give you guys a book that goes over all this that I wrote. It's like a PDF file. It's like 40 pages, but it's so easy. It's literally probably the easiest thing. Everybody likes to complicate all this stuff. It's really pretty simple. You take a couple hours out of your day, you'll be good. But anyway, so then we saw the price start to rise. We held it here. I think I sold it. Let me see what time I sold. 10:51. Okay, so 10:51, 10:50. I can switch to the 1 minute chart. So this is the 1 minute chart. So these are all 1 minute now. Make it easier. 10:51 I sold. So right here. Okay. So the reason I sold right here is because this was the pre-market high. So during pre-market, this is the level that the stock rose to and then dropped. So to be honest, I usually hold it a little bit longer. I probably should have just exited down here, seen if it dropped. But we just started trading. I wanted to lock in some wins for you guys. I wanted to lock in some profits. So this is usually where you would see it drop back down. So if it pumps up something like this, you could see that this would be like a resistance. And then it usually would go back down roughly to around here or so before continuing up. So that's usually how it works. And you can see that that's how it worked here later on. So it came up here and then it went down, consolidated, and then did a pretty nice move up for the rest of the day. If we held that, I won't even tell you what we would have made because it would have been a lot more. But like I said, I wanted to lock in profits. So anyway, so that's what I do when I'm looking at the charts to signal for you guys. But anyway, so that's how we entered that. So that was, again, we'll go over it really quick. So we did a buy to open CGC. So we're in CGC, 712 right here, 38.50 call. So we're on buy call. We'll scroll down, 38.50 right here. So now it's worth $258 now if we wanted it. So we bought it at $105. So if we held that till the end of the day, we would have made $153 off of $105. Pretty crazy. So these are the kind of trades I aim for. we're not using our whole account, right? What are we using? 20%? That's a lot, actually. I don't like to use 20% either. I don't recommend using more than 3 to 5% of your account per trade if you're doing it on your own. I'm pretty, obviously, I've been doing this a while, so I know how to use a small amount of money to get the most out of our trade. So for instance, even though we're risking 20% of our account here, roughly $100 out of 500, if it went to $80, I would have closed the trade. So really, what am I risking? I'm only risking $20, right? Out of 500, 500. I'm only risking 4% of the account. So that's called risk management. I'm going to make a whole video on that. That's like the number one thing in trading. So it's cool that you can make thousands of dollars. I don't want to make this like a get rich quick thing, but if we get rich quick doing it, then that's great. That's how I like to say it. So I like to use proper risk management, high probability trades with high profitability returns. So anyway, whatever, we sold that though, and basically how you would have entered that is you would have clicked right here, you would have hit continue, one contract, and then you would have seen the limit price here, so you would have just typed in 105, review order, and then you would have hit submit. All right, then you would have hit submit. This isn't going to go through because obviously it's after hours, and obviously nobody's going to sell it to us for $1 because it's double that price. So anyway, so you'll see here, it'll be right here. So what I want to show you guys is this. So if you don't get filled on it, maybe it'll start moving, or even if you go to sell it later on and you don't get filled right away, it's going to show up on the side here. So these are all the ones that you have here. So what you're going to want to do is go to account and go to history, and you could see here, right? You're going to see right here, where is it? I'm sorry, right here, pending. It's going to be right here under pending. You're going to have to cancel it. It's taking forever to load. There we go. You're going to have to cancel it here, and then you're going to have to redo it. It's like the stupidest process ever. That's why I hate Robinhood. I use Robinhood only for my swing trades. So that's why on Robinhood, I don't day trade. I only use Tastyworks for that. But if you're already in a trade anyway, let's just show you. So if you're in a trade already, this is what it's going to look like. This is a swing trade I did, so you guys can see the kind of money you can make. It's literally insane. I paid $460 for this, and now it's worth $1,830. And that was only over a couple days of a swing trade. So, and I'll show you right here. You can see the 1 week chart. You can actually click on the option, and then you can see the chart of the options. You can see actually how much this specific option rose and dropped to while it was open, or while you had it open. So from June, I think I opened it. Yeah, I opened it on July 1st, so 2 days ago. Yeah, wow, only 2 days ago. So I opened it only 2 days ago, right around here, and it was 460 I got it at, so I probably entered at a nice entry point right here, somewhere over here, wherever. Because you can see it was consolidating. The reason I entered here is you see that this was a support this whole time, and then it pumped up, dropped back down, so I figured I'd retest the support. It looked good on the TradingView chart also. I don't use Robinhood to chart, I'm just showing you guys here. And then we kind of wrote it up. We had a nice huge pop today. So I made really good money. Anyway, what you're gonna wanna do is click on the option on the right here where it was, and then you can hit sell. When I tell you to sell, you're gonna hit how many contracts it is, 1, and then you're going to type in whatever limit I said. Now, if you want to get out of the trade ASAP, what this is showing you right here is the bid and the ask. What is the bid and the ask? So the bid and the ask, and you can see them here, the bid is how much somebody's willing to pay for this option right now. The ask is the lowest price somebody's selling it for. Now, I don't always go by that because there's algorithms, there's bots, there's so many things that are incorporated into this when you're trading for options. So I always do the middle price. I always start with the middle, so it automatically gives you the middle also, which is 1830. And that's what I'm going to see here. I'm going to see the mid price, because if I grant it, it might not get filled right away, but almost, I'd say about 70% of the time, 80%, it'll get filled almost right away. Because it's the middle price, some buyer will see that somebody's selling it much lower, the middle price of these, and they'll opt in to buy it. Now, that's Google. It's a higher price contract, but things like SPY, which is like the S&P 500, you're going to see the spread is virtually little to none. It's about $3, $2. So you're always going to see that for the most part on high liquid stocks. So I play almost all high liquid stocks. The biggest spread is usually $20 or so at most. So you know, roughly $10 or so you'll be off at one given time. A lot of people ask if I missed a signal or if I'm entering a little bit late, what is too much to pay? So my rule of thumb, I usually say 5%, 10%, but that doesn't really work out because if it's 5 or 10% and we paid $60, then you know that's only $6. So 10%, I mean, you know, it's not the best thing. If it's a high price stock, I'd say 10%. If it's a high priced option, I mean. But I'd say you could probably enter anywhere within $10 for right now. We'll say that $10. Yeah, 10 sounds good. Sometimes you might even get a better entry than me. There's a bunch of people who entered Roku today, which we did. They got that trade $20, $15 cheaper than I did. So they're cashing out. They made a little bit more. Doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, I'll show you guys in a minute what compounding can do. But anyway, so that's how you use Robinhood. Does anybody have any questions on Robinhood before I go into Tastyworks? If you guys do, just put it in the Discord under questions. Everybody's muted on here, but I can unmute you guys actually. I'm gonna unmute everybody. All right, does anybody have any questions? No?
Good, I think.
Good, all right, cool. All right guys, yeah, if you have any, just post in here. I'm gonna go over Tastyworks now. So I'm gonna mute you guys again. All right. You can actually unmute yourself whenever if you have a question. I just turned that setting on. Sorry, I haven't used this. I usually use Twitch or YouTube, but I'm making a new account for that. So I didn't realize that it takes 24 hours to set up. But anyway, let's do Tastyworks now. So Tastyworks, so you're gonna make a Tastyworks account. What you're gonna do is you can find the link to it in the Discord. I think it's, I'll post it here because I don't think I had it here originally. Okay, and there. So you're going to click that. So then what you're going to want to do is open an account. You want to open an individual cash account. Don't ask about the other stuff. That's what you're going to want to do. The reason you do that is you're able to do unlimited day trades. So the problem with Robinhood is if you try to do more than 3 day trades, right? You will get restricted. So I literally restricted this account on purpose because I keep it below 25,000. I usually do withdrawals because I want to use this as a swing trade account. I'm trying to test my skills to see what I can do if I have to hold a trade every day. I can't exit the trade in the same day. So I immediately broke the rule on this account. I have a couple of different Robinhood accounts, but I immediately broke the rule on this one, trading more than 4 times in the same day. So for instance, if we traded today, we did like 3, I think. What did we only closed 2, I think though, right? Stock signal, option signals. Yeah, we closed 2, right? Yeah, we only closed 2. Well, we closed 3 technically because we closed half of the other one. So we actually used 3 already. 1, 2, 3 would be filled in here. And what you'd see here is CGC, Roku, you'd see CGC, Roku, and you'd see, what was the other one? And Tesla. You'd see Tesla. So you'd see three of them in here, and it would say, if you do one more, you're going to be restricted and you wouldn't be able to day trade. So you can go ahead and break the rule if you want, if you're going to switch to Tasty anyway, but you could just save them. So you could only do swing trades. So that's the problem. And the reason that they do that is the broker doesn't, they think you're a risk using a little bit of money and doing day trades. It's just like it's like a federally regulated rule. So every broker has to do it. Robinhood doesn't give you what's called cash accounts. So when you have a cash account, what that means is you're able to buy and sell in the same day, and every day your equity, your option buying power resets. So I'm going to go over that now. So you open up an individual cash account. right? You fill out all this stuff here, all that stuff, okay? Then you are going to download the platform. You're going to see it here. This is what the platform looks like. I have a few accounts here as well, but I don't have any open trades right now on this dummy. So, well, whatever. I can show you guys anyway. So anyway, so this is what it looks like when you start it. What you're going to want to do is, and I'm recording this, so I'm going to upload it to YouTube. I want you guys to copy everything. What you're going to do is on the desktop version, you're going to open it up. If you're on your mobile phone, I have a video that I'll upload also that shows you how to set it up. It's going to be a lot different than this, but you'll kind of get the gist of it a little bit at least. Anyway, you're going to click the gear on the top right first. You're going to click positions. From positions, you're going to drag all of these categories that I have and put them in this order here. I'm going to upload it later so you guys can do it. Then basically what that does is makes your categories in order like this up here. So that's how it will look. Now, what you're going to do if you want to enter a trade, so let's do the same trade we did. CGC 712 3850 call, right? So you can type it in here, CGC. And you can create a watch list here. You can like add stocks to it and everything. You can hit watch list and you could add symbols and all this stuff. It's really great broker. So anyway, you type in CGC, click it, and you hit trade here, trade, right? This probably looks really crazy right now, but don't worry, it's really not. So you're going to click table. So you're going to see all the dates here. So we did July 12th. You're just going to click that. Now you're going to see all this crazy stuff. Basically, you don't have to worry about anything for right now except the bid, the ask, the strike. It's right here. So these are the strikes. So we did a 38.50. So what we're going to do is find that, which is right here. It's already selected. Actually, first we're going to go to the top right and it says long call. So long means buy. You can click here to change it from call to put. Long call, go. This will be green. You can click it and drag it up to here. So right now, I don't think Robinhood updates it fully, but the 38.50 option is worth 257 in the mid. That's the difference between the bid and the ask. So what you would do then is type in our entry, which was 105. So if it was like, I don't know, if it was like 108 or something like that, you could just enter at 108. You don't have to be exact. And then you'd hit review and send. You'll see here that the trade costs $1. It costs $1 on here and 14 cents per contract. There's a max cap of $5 though that it caps out at. So if you did like 10 contracts, it would just be $5 and then just 14 cents times 10. So it would be $1.40 plus 5, so $6.40. And then you hit send. It's going to send it. Let me just show you guys what it looks like so I can. Should be able to. Okay, so it's going to send. It's going to put here working. You can go to activity and it's going to show you here what the last price, what the mid is right now, and what you're trying to buy it for under activity, and it's going to be queued. So this is why I like it a lot better, because on Robinhood you got to go through all those menus and all that stuff, right? Everything's just right here. It's literally all right here. So you hit activity, and if you needed to adjust it, let's say I did tell you to go in at 270, right? And then, or let's say I said to go in at 265, and you see it's at 270. You wait about 10, 15 seconds or so, and then you say screw it. You right click it, you hit replace order, and then what you would do is type in 270 or usually want to do the mid, so the mid right here plus a couple dollars. So I usually like to do like 265, I guess, or something like that. So that would be what your entry would be. You'd hit go, you'd hit send, and then it would change it. It would cancel this one and change it. But it doesn't do that until you actually hit review and send. Otherwise, it'll keep your order here. If you need to cancel an order, you can just hit this. Boom, you're out. Cancels your order. When it does get filled, let me see if I can show you guys. I think I have an account. somewhere. Yeah, here we go. All right, cool. Yeah, I have one. So I have an Amazon one. I have an account right now. I did a couple trades on. So this is Amazon. This is what it'll look like. So once you're in the trade, this is what it's going to look like. Um, let's just say, for instance, I did an Amazon call. So what it would look like is it'll show you the bar. This will be the profit and loss for today. This will be your profit and loss under here since you opened the trade. This will be the profit and loss percent that you made while you were in the trade. This will be the last price of the stock. This will be how much it costed you. This is how much, if you sold right now, that you'd get for this option, which is obviously 1,000 plus your profit, because you get what you paid plus your profit. This is what you paid, $10, so 10 times 100, 1,000. And the mark is what it's selling for now, which is 27.32, which is where you get your net liquidity. So if you just click it here, though, it'll show you the actual option itself. So I had another one here that I closed, so that's why you'll see that I actually made less, because I sold one today for a little loss that I did today. Overall, I'm up, obviously, but I did sell one for a small loss today, so I only made about 75 with this. But anyway, overall, we're up 1,700. So when you have an open option, you can right-click it here. You can literally click right on the position. You can hit close position and it'll take you right here, and then you can sell. So when I say sell to close, that's all you do. Positions, right click, close. On the mobile phone, what you're gonna do is go to the bottom right, hit more, then you're gonna hit portfolio, then you're gonna see your trades here. You just literally tap the trade, the name of it, right here on the name, and then it'll say buy or sell, and you can just hit sell, and then it'll open up the same window as this to sell it. So the reason that we use Tastyworks is because we can do unlimited day trades. We're not limited to just doing 3 trades. So you guys are able to just keep doing it. Now, there is one limitation. That limitation is this is the one. No, where is it? There we go. Okay. Show you here. So in the beginning of the day, it's going to say option buying power. Okay. So your option buying power is what you start the day with. So while we can do more than 3 day trades in a day or in a week or whenever we want, really, you can't go over what you start the day with. So I'll give you an example. Let's just say this is 500, okay? 500. Now, normally we can only do 3 day trades, right? Let's just say we're only day trading today. So we can only do 3 day trades. So what that means is we could only enter 3 different types of trades. If we enter a 4th one, we can't close it. Otherwise, we'll be flagged. But on here, we can. So how do we do that, though, with abiding by Tastyworks rules? Now, they have a little bit different rules. Basically, you can only close trades with $500 that you entered with. So I'll give you an example. So if we have $500, we enter a trade for 200, we make 20 bucks, okay? Let's just say we make 20 bucks, so we're at 20 bucks, so we sell it. Now we're at 520 in our account, right? Don't worry about the fees for right now. It's just ignore that. So we're at 520. We used 200, and we'll open up another calculator real quick. We used 200 bucks for that. So now let's say we do another trade for 100. We make 50 bucks, okay? So we used another 100 bucks, and now we're at from 520 to 570. Now let's say we enter a trade. I would never do this because it's way too much. It's more than half the account. Let's just say we entered a trade that's 300 bucks and we made, let's just say we lost 10 bucks. I don't know. We just closed it out right away, right? So 290. So 300 plus, actually, no, sorry. Let's say it was, sorry, I can't use that example. Let's say, what was it, 570 we were at? Okay. So let's say we paid 120 bucks. Yeah, okay. 120 bucks and we lost 20. So now we were at 570. We lost 20. We're at 550. We paid 170, right? 170. So this is what we paid for the day so far, and this is what we are currently at. So we're up 50 bucks on the account. We started with 500. We used $470. Oops, $470. Now you can't go over $500 for the day. That's the main thing. So we can only use $30 of this 550 now that we have available. Otherwise, we will get a flag. So basically, in the beginning of the day, you want to see how much buying power, which is BP, you have, and write it down. I'm not sure if they updated this and it tracks it, because it didn't for a while, but this is actually a new update they have here. So I'm not sure if it tracks it or not. But either way, just write down what you start the day with. And just remember, you can't go over that when you're buying options. Now, remember, this video is going to be recorded so you can take notes and watch it later, by the way. But basically, we'd only be able to use 30 bucks here. So 550 now it's at, so we'd only be able to use 30. But the next day, if we closed everything today, we'd be able to use 550 the next day, because the next day will open with 550. So that's how you get around the day trading rule, the pattern day trading rule. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I probably took the longest route possible to explain all that to you guys, but I think it was pretty clear. You can unmute yourselves, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you want to post anything, post them in questions here. You can sell contracts you don't own. It's called a credit spread. Well, yeah, you can do that. Oh shit, I didn't see you guys were typing in here, my bad. I wasn't getting alerts, sorry. I don't know why. Option count towards day trade, yeah. You can do 3 per day, yep. 3 per every 5 days, correct. 5 days, yeah. Is there a way to tell how many you have? Yeah, account summary, it's what I just showed you guys. Can you sell options you don't own? The way it's formatted, it looks like you can. Yeah, don't do that. Literally do not ever do that. I'm telling you right now, unless you are a experienced trader and you know how options work, do not do that. You'll lose your entire account. So don't sell any contracts unless you already have one open. If you want to research it, go ahead. If you have any questions, ask me. It's literally a whole different ball game. You guys will be, it's very confusing. Always start with buy. Yes, always start with buy. Just read this DM. Having your swing calls more. Sorry. Okay. Always start with buy. Yeah. I'm not even going to go over like credit spreads and what that means right now, because that's way too much for everybody right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You guys have any questions, let me know. I mean, I'm going to upload this, and that's pretty much it for the first webinar, at least. I think that goes over a good gist of everything. Does crypto count as a day trade? No. I'm like, unless they changed it, I don't know. I haven't day traded crypto on Robinhood in a while, but at first it wasn't. It only applies to stock and options. All right, yeah, dude. At any time, guys, just hit me up. You know how to reach me. Just click my name, Brett, or just find me under members here. You just click member list, message me, and I'll help you guys out. Market's closed tomorrow, so everybody have a good time. Get drunk, be safe, do whatever, and Friday we'll start it back up. I'm I'm gonna be heading to Atlantic City, so hopefully I make money, but if I don't, better for you guys, because then I'll have to make money in the market. So we'll see what we can do, and we'll catch back up on Friday. You like that one? So, but anyway, you guys have a great one. Be safe and have a good time. And again, message me if you have any other questions or anything, and I'll upload this to YouTube and I'll post the link in the chat. All right, guys, have a good one.